A celebration of life. Friends cope with the death of a Cincinnati firefighter on the day he's laid to rest.
He exuded strength without saying anything. That's what I will miss.
This is the final alarm for Cincinnati Fire Department fire apparatus operator Daryl Gordon.
Tonight, from the emotional funeral service and touching tributes to the challenge a family now faces.
Birthdays are missed, Christmases are missed, child's first steps are missed.
Also, police think that they've solved a mystery 2 months after an Anderson Hyde grad is murdered in a Washington, D.C. hotel. And an incredible perspective as first responders show up moments after a massive tornado touches down.
From Cincinnati's WLWT, leading the way, this is WLWT News 5 at 11.
It was emotional, powerful, and beautiful all at the same time as Cincinnati said goodbye to 29-year veteran firefighter Daryl Gordon. Good evening, I'm Mike Darda. Cherie has the night off. Plenty of coverage ahead as tonight we honor a hero. We begin with WLWT News 5's Emily Wood. She stopped by Daryl Gordon's favorite watering hole to chat with those who knew him best. Em?
Mike, one of firefighter Gordon's favorite hangout spots was the Friendly Stop in Glendale, and as soon as you walk in, it lives up to its name, and tonight his friends and firefighter brothers raised a few in his honor. Not far from his home, as firefighter Gordon's family drove by the Friendly Stop, it was nothing but cheers for a life well lived and full of service.
I mean, he deserved it all. This is one of the good guys, okay? I grew up with him since I was 5 years old, okay? Quiet giant. I can't put it in better words.
Inside, it was a celebration of life, a life cut too short. Hours after the final farewell to their brother, off-duty Cincinnati firefighters and friends came together to honor the lighter side of his life.
And he would come in with his daughters and his wife, and sometimes just hang out with the boys and just let it loose and listen to his R&B and drink his Woodford.
Here's the Daryl. Here's the Daryl.
Woodford Reserve was the drink of the day, and the music never stopped. His friends say Gordon loved listening to hits from the 60s and 70s, and as his favorite song, Zoom by the Commodores, played on the jukebox, it signaled a moment of joy during a time of sorrow.
First sadness, proud to have known him, and honored that they celebrated his life the way it should have been celebrated.
The celebration fit for a man remembered for his strength, his smile, and his approach as a gentle giant. Several local businesses have been collecting money for Gordon's memorial fund so far. More than $4,500 have been raised. Mike.
All right, Emily, thank you. The firefighter brotherhood on full display today, from the procession to the church to Daryl Gordon's final resting place. A packed cathedral this morning as people pause to remember the life of Daryl Gordon, with stories about how he led by example, even standing up to the fire chief when the no smoking policy was instituted.
For Daryl to strip the cigarette out of the fire chief's mouth and say, "No smoking in the firehouse, chief."
Those actions from the man who became a teacher to so many young firefighters, touching thousands of lives through his 29 years of service. All that lost in an instant down an elevator shaft as he was trying to save others.
Daryl is going to be missed physically, but he is not going to be missed spiritually, because he lives in every last one of us, because he touched every last one of us.
Cincinnati Fire Chief Richard Braun spoke about how Gordo, as he was called, became a hero to the community.
I know that your dad has prepared you with life lessons and great memories. You'll need to rely on those with the days to come. And when people talk to you and ask you about your dad, you can tell them, my dad was a hero.
Daryl Gordon's nephew, John, ended with this message to the firefighters he served next to.
Continue to do what you do. You signed up to this job for a reason. Keep being heroes and saving lives.
After the service, the procession made its way to Oak Hill Cemetery in Springdale, where Darrell Gordon was laid to rest. Before that, there were several traditions to honor his service. If you ask the family of any fallen firefighter, they're going to tell you the biggest challenge lies ahead. After the very public ceremonies and all the instant support, those families return to their homes to cope by themselves. WLWT News 5's Jackie Congedo continues our coverage, joining us from Gordon's Firehouse in Cincinnati. Jackie.
Mike, a very hard day for Darrell Gordon's family and his colleagues is over, but I can tell you at his home and here at his station, the seemingly impossible task of finding normal again without him is just beginning.
We're getting through some very tough days.
Only hours after Darrell Gordon was laid to rest, the truck he drove returns from making a run, and his brothers in blue, still in their dress shirts, have pulled on their protective gear. 911 calls don't pause for grieving.
This is my job. This is our job. This is what we do day in and day out. But this is tough for the family. So it's unimaginable what the family is going through.
Local 48 Union President Matt Alter was with Darrell Gordon's wife Angela and his two daughters, Angelique and Chelsea, for most of the day.
Certainly seeing Mrs. Gordon and Darrell's daughter's strength helps. It helps get through this. It helps know that, we're going to get through this.
The firefighting brotherhood will return that favor in the days and weeks to come, when ceremony and public tribute become a long road of personal loss.
It's going to be that the first child, the grandchild, graduating from college, walking down the aisle. Those are going to be some of the toughest days. And we're going to make sure that we can do everything that we can to be there with the family in those tough times.
Here at Engine 14, firefighters welcome visitors.
Stop by the firehouse. See how the firefighters are doing.
As they honor their fallen brother by picking up where he left off.
We're going to get through it. The guys are going to start to laugh again. They're going to start to get that firehouse camaraderie back, and it's already there. And it's because what Darrell would want. That's what Darrell was.
Again, you're getting a live look at Darrell's station here. You can see it's draped in black. Also, firefighters are wearing a black band over their badges in mourning right now, and they will continue to do so until 30 days have passed since his death. Reporting live downtown tonight, Jackie Congedo, WLWT News 5.